It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woohooer, a hand clapper, a high fiver? I kind of like the high five, but if you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. At ChumbaCasino.com, choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses. So don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void were prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
So first,
absolutely,
and I was like,
let's dig it all up.
Oh no!
True.
You'll never guess.
So sidebar.
Yes. And also, I feel like I shouldn't have to remember everything.
I know.
Actually, I have to talk about this.
3, 2, 1.
Hi everyone.
Hey.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is Also Podcast, the original, what we normally do. No special edition.
I don't know if this is the original.
Well, no special edition.
Yeah.
The big show.
Plain.
The plain Jane, the boring shit that we just need to clean up a little. All that shit.
You know what? This is like cleaning up my mind because we watch all this other stuff and we've never recorded podcasts about it. So it is nice to like suck all that out.
That was the problem with the Vanderpump and Summer House that we were having, was like, we watched so much other shit and we have no one else to discuss it with, but we're put into this like little hole. We're just like told to sit there.
We're told to focus, and that's so hard.
No, literally the hardest. Like, if I don't have ADHD, but I do when it comes to things I watch on TV that I want to talk about.
I do when it comes to my excitement. Like, I just want to talk about everything.
And that's this. This is our ADHD show where we just get excited and want to talk about everything.
I thought you were about to say HGTV. I was about to say
don't
watch that.
Something. I used to.
Yeah, true.
I grew up on HGTV. When they would do House Hunters, to find out that was fake broke me and my mom's heart.
Just rude.
That's rude.
I was okay if you already had like looked at houses and one of those was in it, but to know you already owned it.
You already owned it. You didn't even already know which one you were going to pick. That was already your house.
Yeah. Rude.
That was rude. You know what? Fuck you if you've ever been on House Hunters. You ruined our lives. Anyway, to finish up the boring stuff before we can get into the exciting stuff, we have an Instagram, a TikTok, a YouTube, a Patreon. All of that is in our description on this episode. And so, yeah, if you are like, oh, I wish I had more of this plain Jane ADHD show, this would be the perfect place to find it. We never shut up, so we're everywhere.
True.
Okay, great. Should we do our small celebrations? Because even the small stuff deserves to be celebrated.
Yeah, I kind of missed these during our Summer House episodes.
Okay,
what's this piece?
What's your small celebration?
I took the whole week off last week.
Amazing.
And it was so lovely, but I will crash out on Monday when I have to return to doing things.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I was just talking to the coffee guy downstairs who was like, talking about how he has to like work and he doesn't want to be here, blah, blah, blah. I was like, it'd be nice if employers just let us work when we wanted to work. Because sometimes I want to work, but I don't want to work 9 to 5. Some days I'll work 8 to 8 and some days I'll work 2 to 3.
That is something I did like about the pandemic is because other people had like responsibilities, aka children. Like people were shifting their hours anyway. So it's like me, just a random person, can do whatever I want to.
Yeah, but now if I take off an hour at 3 p.m., everyone thinks I'm missing in action. And that's when everyone chats me about stuff.
That's terrible. I don't have that. I will just go for a walk at 3 p.m. and I will ignore every call I get at the same time.
The amount of people that like at exactly the minute I go to the bathroom, my phone lights up. And
you're like, I'm going to take 1 second for me.
Couldn't even shit in peace if I wanted to. Like, it's like having kids.
That's so true.
It's literally like having children. Anyway.
What about you?
My small celebration, so I'm going to kind of complain. I work with this person who absolutely drives me nuts, and I want to die every time. I'm not going to like blow her up too bad on here. She's not great. We don't mesh, obviously. But
what happened this week?
This week, no, I'm not going to go into it. But this week, she chatted me and she said, "When do my responsibilities end?" And I I was pissed when I read it, and then I walked away from my computer and called my mom to tell her how pissed I was. And my mom started laughing and was like, I'm going to start using that. Yeah. So like when my dad comes home from work and is like, oh, what's for dinner? My mom will just be like, when do my responsibilities end? And so now I say that. Like, it's like a joke now.
It's a good catchphrase.
That's a good joke. Is like, even anything. Like if you were like, can you post this TikTok video? I'm going to be like, when do my responsibilities end?
No, I as I'm looking at my unpacked suitcase, it's like, when will that end?
When do my responsibilities end?
My favorite is doing it about just our lives that we run solely. No. There's nobody else who can take over.
No, that's the best part. Like going to work so I can get a paycheck and live my life. It's like, when do my responsibilities end?
I'm ready to retire.
Yeah, same. But how do I get the retire money? When do my responsibilities end?
That is what I don't know.
When do our responsibilities end? So that is now my family's new catchphrase. We love it. We are poking fun at this woman, and it makes me happy because she always asks me to fire her so that she can just get the insurance. And I'm like, I'm not going to fire you, so your responsibilities will never end.
Yeah. Do you want to hear my new catchphrase?
Yeah.
I could be meaner.
Yeah. That's new?
I said it all. I mean, like, I lived my life by that, but I outwardly say it to people. People are like, you shouldn't have done that. And I'm like, oh, I could do more.
I
held back.
I really love that. No, I love that.
Like, a guy at a bar was like asking me questions, and I was like, stop.
Yuck.
And I walked away.
It's 2025. We're part of the 4B movement. Do I look like I want to talk to you?
No. And it was like an old guy, too. I was like, no. And my friends walked away, and they were like, that was kind of mean. And I was like, I could have got in more. Like, I was holding back.
I love that. And when people also say, like, that wasn't very nice, you just go, I never said I was nice.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. When did you get confused?
I actually thought about that while watching, like, Southern Charm and Summer House this week and thinking about, like, all the shit happening with Paige and Craig and all that. And, like, I was just like everyone's like, oh, Paige was so mean to Craig, so mean to Craig. Oh my God. And I just want to go, like, Paige never said she was nice.
God.
She never said she was nice.
When did she or any of us give you the impression that we were going to be nice?
The same way Lindsay never told you she was soft. Paige never told you she was nice.
True.
Why are we expecting things? When people tell us who they are, believe them.
Also, when people are saying, like, should Craig, say something? Or, like, he doesn't have to by any means. Like, everybody has free will. But Craig can never claim being the nice guy ever again. Because a nice guy, a true nice guy would have been like, oh, no, she didn't cheat on me.
I think it's just, he knows what he's perpetuating.
Correct.
So, like, yeah, fucking but that's my thing is, like, own it. If you're like, I'm perpetuating bullshit, own it. But he,
absolutely,
with his chest will be like, I just didn't say anything. It's like, don't be a dick.
I just don't want to be a part of it.
And you know what? I hate those people who are like, I'm actually nice, but you're not. Yeah. I'm at least telling you straight to your face.
That's what it is.
I'm a huge fucking cunt. It's me. I am the problem. I'll never be nice to you. I could be meaner.
I could be meaner.
Like, when do my responsibilities end? It all loops together.
Incredible.
It's not our responsibility to be nice to people. Mm-mm. When do my responsibilities end?
My only responsibility is to be upfront about how terrible I am.
My only responsibility is to myself.
I'm not here to catfish you into thinking I'm nice.
No, yeah. The fuck? My God, it'd be easier for me to, and I suck at things online, it'd be way easier for me to, like, edit a photo and physically catfish you than, like, my personality. Yeah. I can't even pretend. My face gives it all away. Immediately.
Same. And I won't bring up all the drama constantly, like in my real life, but I will comment on it. My friends, once there's like some kind of side drama in my friend group.
If there's drama, I eat it.
One of my friends is like, you always bring it up. And I'm like, no. Don't get confused. I don't bring it up, but I will always comment.
Yeah.
I have those thoughts circling in my head 24.
I'll find a way for it to be brought up so I could talk about it.
Yeah.
But I'll never be accused of bringing it up. But once it's up, do you know what my favorite thing to do and say is like when drama comes up and you're like, can I be mean? Can I say something mean?
I'm like, go in.
Yeah, why wouldn't you is the question. Can I be judgy for a second?
Go hard.
You don't know how the person, so you're telling them I'm going to be judgy. Believe me when I tell you, so then don't get mad at me. I'm like, I asked permission. I would have shut up.
Can I tell you what I hate similar to that is when somebody's like, I'm not saying this to be mean. It's like, no. Be mean. Go be mean.
Why are you saying it then?
Like,
if you have nothing nice to say, then don't
say it at all.
But I'm straight up telling you, I have something mean. Do you want it?
Like, come on. You can't preface it and be like,
boo,
this isn't mean. And it doesn't like negate the mean thing you're about to say.
Yo, I hate like fake nicety. I hate a bitch who's like, I'm actually really nice. You're not. Own it. Yeah. Say you're mean. Say you're rude. My dad loves to tell me because he's not going to call his daughter a bitch. Wait,
there's difference between being rude and mean.
Be both.
I'm not rude.
I might be rude.
I'm nice to like strangers. I have like niceties, please and thank yous to like servers.
It depends on the stranger. One of my favorite pastimes in New York is when people, specifically tourists, stop right in front of you.
They
and then
get nothing.
I yell and I go, yeah, let's just stop right there. And then I keep walking.
Okay, reactionary rudeness, well deserved. Rudeness when people have done nothing to you, not deserved.
No, but sometimes
like the coffee person who's just like trying to do their job.
Absolutely not. They're a civil servant. I would never.
They run my life.
But sometimes I get a gut feel like, okay, real story time about when I was rude. I still am. So my friend has like a group of a big group of girls from college. It's my friend from high school.
Yeah.
And so I always like at her bachelorette, I met her whole group. She's close to like half the group. The other half is just like, by proxy.
Where you like, because it's a friend group, you have to invite the other half. Yeah.
One of these girls, from the moment she started speaking, I was like, I hate her. There's no reason. So I was straight up rude for no reason other than she was like, she kept bitching about her kid. Bitching's the wrong word, but she wouldn't shut up about her kid she left at home. Oh, you don't understand what it's like. You don't understand. She's converting to Catholicism. And when I went,
who does that?
I literally, why? And she was like,
that's such a tedious process.
My husband is. And I was like, you're already married. The fuck?
That's so true, because like if you weren't married in the Catholic Church, what's the point now? Like they will just let you come in.
They want to raise their kid Catholic. You can still do that. It's a long process.
Yeah.
So I was like, I fucking hate her. Like there was no other way to put it. And
she has bad judgment. If she's gonna sit through a year of catechism just to like eat that crispy rice cracker.
At one point I was drunk. She had left, thank God. But then I like let it rip to my friend the bride. I was like, I don't care about her baby. I don't care about it. Literally. And my friend started laughing, but I was drunk, so I left it. And then I was very nice at the wedding. But then I just saw this girl at another wedding I was at. Oh my God. So I forgot she was going to be there. And so I don't see her. But then the actual friends of my friend, because everyone's in the wedding party except like a few of the college friends. So one of them who I really like was like, hey, you want to grab lunch with us? And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing anything. So I go and it's this bitch going to Catholicism was there. And I had to sit right next to her. And I purposely would just like brush her off. Like she'd be like, look at this picture of my baby. And I'd look and I go, I'm not really a kid person. Like I straight up was like, I don't like those things. And then she was like, I love dogs. And I was like, I hate animals too. Like I was
anything she says, she's like, I love breathing. You're like, I despise it.
I wish I could die due to lack of oxygen. Like literally everything. And also she just grinds my gears to the point that like the group was splitting up and I was like, I really want to go on a walk around like this beautiful harbor, but that girl is going on a walk, so I'm gonna go with the group that's leaving. Like I'd rather just lay in my hotel room.
Yeah, I've had people like that. I will do anything to not be around them.
I was so rude to her, but then my friend called me yesterday and was like, I also hate her. And I was like, amazing. Like, shut up.
I love when you have an ally in being mean.
Well, I love that it's her friend that now I can openly hate because she is just the worst. You just know. So if I get a gut feeling about you, I'll be rude.
I get
that. My dad doesn't ever want to call me a bitch, so he says I'm abrasive. It's a nice way to say bitch.
I guess. I just would prefer bitch.
I would too, but I get my dad not being like, you're a little bitch.
I don't want to call my dad a bitch.
I'll call him a bitch all day long, but he doesn't want to call me a bitch.
That's so funny. My mom's the opposite. My mom literally calls one of my best friends little bitch after awkward. She's like, come here, little bitch.
I love that show. That was the best show in the world.
Yeah.
Little bitch was, who was it? It was the student.
It was the daughter, the main character, but the mom's best friend called her that.
Best friend.
Because she got pregnant in high school.
Oh, was it? Wait,
Yeah.
it was Jenna?
Jenna was Little Bitch. Yeah.
Oh, the best friend, not the guidance counselor who became a best friend. It was the train wreck of a best friend.
Correct. Yeah.
That I identify with.
Just thankful none of my friends had kids at 16 like that.
That's a little
I would have felt the same about their child.
What's up, little bitch?
Yeah, that's what my mom calls my. I mean, like, we've known they're family friends, but we were telling people that this week, and somebody was like, "Oh, come here, little bitch," and I was like, "No, it's Lil. You cannot have the last
little bit."
half.
Wait, that's genius. I guess I'm just a little abrasive, but go off, Dad. That's his way of saying I'm not very nice.
And why should I be?
I think my sister said something like, she was such a bitch to these guys at the bar. And my dad's like, she's just abrasive. I was like, yeah. I'm not pretending not to be.
Yeah.
But it took me aback to be like, just call me a bitch, dude.
You're abrasive. Like, no worries on the bitch part.
Abrasive. That's why we also joke that I'm an acquired taste in my family.
Oh, I don't know if...
You have to get used to me, you know?
See, I think it is like cilantro. You either love
like
me or hate me from the beginning. Like, it is biological.
I'm acquired. I think you kind of hate me from the beginning, but then you're like, wait, she's kind of cool in an abrasive sort of way. You have to adopt it. It's like, you're not going to like me the first few times. You don't like escargot the first few times you have it. You don't like oysters the first few times you have it.
A little off-putting.
It's
and
off-putting.
Then you're like, wait a minute.
It looks crazy. Why would you go near this thing?
Who decided to do this?
Wait a minute. And some people still don't like.
You're a delicacy.
I'm a delicacy. A French delicacy, if you will. What are we talking about? What is this show about? What am I supposed to do?
Let's jump into news.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we're crashing out.
Lil Bitch and Lil Abrasive here. What's up?
What's up?
Let's do news.
Next time we say hey on the next one, I'm going to go...
I'm Little Abrasive and I'm Lil Bitch.
Too funny.
All right, news report from the Lils.
Stop. Little roll call from the Lils.
Little roll call.
Jax, breaking news.
Is a cocaine addict.
Can
you believe?
How people in the comments were like, I thought he was coming out. I really thought he was actually telling me something new.
The best was I put it on our TikTok. I made a TikTok and I didn't put, like, I think he just said, like, I'm an addict in it. And I was like, no way, we knew. But people were like, an addict of what? And I was like, does it matter? You can guess. We've all known. You know, we know. The funny part was I cut out what he was an addict of.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, I was confused because I didn't watch the video. I saw the comments and I was like, what is going on?
He was an alcoholic.
Well, I was like, because like I didn't think he would admit it in that way. That I was like, oh, are we just going with a classic alcoholic? You know, like his show's about to come out. You know, he's going to be an asshole. So like he's going to announce something to like.
He's explaining away his behavior that Tom Sandoval on Watch What Happens Live says he's finally changing. It has been, I want to be so clear, it has been 12 years. If someone doesn't change after 12 years, I don't think they'll ever
12 years
change.
that we've seen. Not 12 years.
No, you're right. You're right. 12 years documented.
Yeah.
And nothing.
So I think this is one of his like narcissistic tactics of trying to, whatever's about to happen on that season, he is going to be like, see, but I am clean now.
Okay.
And like,
did he?
You're still an asshole.
I gotta be honest, I don't even know the podcast he was on. It was like a nothing podcast.
It's that hot mic one with Alex Baskin. It's basically Bravo's like PR podcast where Alex asks the softball questions to like make people feel better.
Yuck.
Like Sandoval was on it. James and Lala were on it together. He like has people on, I think like right before their shows air or when they're airing to like talk a little bit about like whatever their problem is.
Does Bravo ever actually want to hire someone who will ask the hard-hitting questions, aka me?
No, because Bravo wants to continue to push terrible white men on us and help excuse their behavior. Let's be for real.
At this point, can we just have like terrible men of color? Because at least then there's going to be some depth to what they've gone through.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm not mad about terrible men, like, because there's terrible women too.
Yeah.
Let's just have a little bit Like,
more
let's not have
diversity to it. Like,
such
more
terrible
depth.
men. Like, I'm okay with Austin being a pile of trash. Like, that level isn't as bad. Like, he's just being like a fuck boy. Like, that's fine.
Like, respect women.
Yeah, and like Craig when he was younger, like he just like couldn't get his life together.
Sorry.
And he like lies a little bit, but it's not like he's like trying to master manipulate people. He was just like telling a bunch of like white lies, you know?
Yeah, like,
because of his own ego.
Like, thank God Thomas Ravenel is off our screens. That was the most terrible man.
Yes,
but
and so is like Jackson Sandoval.
The minute Jax starts dating a 21-year-old, I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna literally freak out because he has done every terrible thing in the book except date someone half his age. But now he's 50 something.
That's not true, so, like, because what was Stassi? I guess Stassi was only 10 years younger.
But, like, Thomas Ravenel was, like, 50, and he was like, look, now that Jax is getting up there, he could date a 21-year-old, and it would be terrible. There's something so creepy about it. Yuck.
I also just think about, like, in his announcement, like, production forced him to go to rehab this summer. He came out of rehab and clearly did not stay sober. Like, he got sober in the last, like, 2 months.
I don't feel bad. I don't care. I hope that he spruces up for his kid's sake, but like, Jax is a person. I don't care what happens to him.
To me, it's not about his addiction. Like, I hope him well in that. I don't want anybody to suffer an addiction. It's that he's using this to manipulate people. He's using the announcement as a manipulation tactic. And that's what I'm going to call out always.
Excuse all his shitty behavior we're about to see. It's that.
Like, I can tell it's bullshit by the way Brittany responded.
I don't even know how Brittany responded.
She put up like a Instagram story and said like, you know, I've covered for him for years, and like what his addiction has done to me and my son, like has done so much harm and all this stuff. So like that tells me you're not like working the 12 steps and like trying to make amends with your own family. You're coming out with this as a PR thing and a PR stunt to like, I believe he's sober, like trying to be sober, but like you're using that information, and rather than like bettering your life with your son in that relationship and trying to fix the harm that you've done, you are just trying to like make sure the public knows so they're not mad at you. It's like, it's a minor version of what Wes has been doing over on Summer House. Like you're only concerned about the public perception, not the people you're actually harming.
That was a good transition. You want to get into that?
Oh my God, Wes. I didn't listen to the podcast, but
I'm not going to give it my time.
Wes on Trading. I actually like Trading Secrets whenever my people are on it because it's interesting to hear the business behind like their influencing or being on TV shows. And Wes basically said like, I'm not going to babysit Lindsay's baby next year. Like, there's no way she can come back to the show. And Lindsay's like, oh, you want to start a media war with me? Yeah, fucking right. Like, you can say anything in the world and you're going to tell me there's no way I'm coming back. You can fuck right off.
Also, don't sit here and talk about kids, Wes. If we've learned one thing from the Housewives, you don't bring up kids. You do not. A mama bear is going to come for you, dude.
Gabby was doing the interview with Lindsay, like the secondary one. Gabby was like, don't worry, we're not going to ask you to babysit. Like, nobody's asking you.
First. You think you're top pick in that house?
No.
Fucking Carl would be better at babysitting
Absolutely.
his ex-fiance's new baby
why
do
I want that? Why do I want that?
I think Carl would love that baby. That's a weird
I actually do too.
But I think Carl would love to.
No,
I think he would be a really good not babysitter, that's the wrong word. But I think if, hypothetically, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, if Lindsay brings her baby to the house, I think Carl would love to like play with the baby.
Yeah.
I think he'd be really good with the kids.
I mean, we've said this a lot about guys on Bravo is like, oh wow, they may love you but they don't like you. I do think Carl always liked Lindsay. I don't think he did it like well, because I think they always do have a really good friendship. It obviously doesn't exist now, but I think he would love to see like Lindsay's child.
I agree. I think that is one relationship that I think they did really like and love each other as friends. I think romantic, we were
it just
really
wasn't
pushed.
it.
I think it was more of like they both felt this timeline that they had to maybe
I agree.
Get. Yeah.
It's that friendship marriage pact, but they like weren't in on it, so they didn't know they were thinking there would be love. That.
It was a lavender marriage, but no one was gay. Like it was just very like businessy type thing. But I think Carl really does like Lindsay as a person. I mean, we've seen it, and Lindsay also, we have seen this summer, likes Carl as a person, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's animosity. There's going to be issues. I don't think they'll ever get, like, a love
Best
that they
friends again.
did. Yeah, but I think they'll always have a mutual like and respect.
Agreed.
Like, I think if, God forbid, anything ever happens, they could call each other to help out.
I
and
agree.
There'd be care there. So why is Wes opening his big ass mouth?
Dude,
Who's calling him?
Why is that man
You're no
so
one's
big and strong on podcasts and like in interviews?
and then is such a fucking loser in the house when someone approaches
Fuck
him,
off.
is like, hey, I'm looking you in your eye and calling you out on the bullshit. And he's like,
oh my God.
I'm gonna cower in front of the cameras. Here's my thing. You're not going to tell Lindsay what she can and can't do. First off, this show was built on her back. Okay? She has gone through a huge breakup, multiple breakups, but the other one was huge. She got engaged and ended her engagement on the same season. She has had trials and tribulations with friends. We have seen her grow and sync with Danielle. She went through friendship breakups. We've seen her fight with Paige. We saw the Austin thing. Like, she has put her life on this fucking camera. And you show up and in the first season, screw over one of our favorite gals for no reason other than you want to stick your dick in half of New York? Absolutely not. You're not going to disrespect my woman like that. Nuh-uh, not my Lindsay. And second, if she so wants to bring her baby, she has a right to do it. Now, if you had any brain cells in your motherfucking head, you would know that ideally she does not want to bring her kid to this show. Ideally, she doesn't want her kid to be around you and your crusty ass weekend activities. Let's be clear. Okay? But if she wants her baby to come visit to meet her friends in this house, because who are you?
Yeah, you and your sophomore season are not going to say any fucking thing to this girl. Like you said, the show was built on her back.
So if she wants to bring her baby here to meet everyone, she has a goddamn fucking right to do so. And don't even think you're going to get your grubby little hands on Gemma.
Amen.
And that's all I'll say about that. Go back to Missouri, baby.
Yeah, shut the fuck up and go back to your farm. We're done with you.
God, I hope this just activates Sierra too when she's like, if Lindsay doesn't bring her baby, we're all gonna quit.
Dude, if they weren't close, now they're best fucking friends after dealing with him.
And she's like, how do we publicly destroy him? It's too late. He's doing it to himself,
I
girlie.
can't wait for that reunion now. The whole season can be boring. And I can't wait for this reunion.
I hope he knows that this reunion might be worse for him. If Lindsay's pissed at you, it's gonna be worse. Because Sierra and Paige were a lot, but that was nothing compared to the hell that Lindsay can unleash. Especially
and like Mama Bear Lindsay
going after her kid. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Good luck to you. Concepts of thoughts and prayers, Wes.
Good luck.
Great. I really got...
No, go off. I enjoyed that. That was lovely.
His crusty ass
sat
hands.
Back and I could be meaner. I could be meaner.
His crusty ass hands don't get anywhere near Gemma. I'll sue.
We're not going to let Gemma know that men don't have good hair. Like, we're not letting him around her.
We
have standards.
She's got Turner as her dad, and I don't know Turner, but I think he's a doctor or something. Please. She already knows a good man.
Yeah.
Okay? He's with Lindsay. Listen, that's not an easy task. So
you're not wrong.
He cares about women. He respects strong women. He's a girl dad. Okay. Turner is levels above you. She's not going to sink to your level. You think Gemma being held by Turner and Lindsay want to be held by you?
This show is going to pass through that girly. Like, this is like royalty on how like the crown goes. This is our first child of Summer House. Like, she gets it.
Summer House season 30 is Gemma's first season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not 30. She can do it when she's like 22.
Yeah, but we're already on season 9.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah.
Summer House season 30. Gemma, insert last
runs
name
the block.
Gemma, insert last name here, shows up, and she is the one being paid the most immediately. She is the Kyle, she is the Lindsay, she's the Carl. The show is built on her back.
Can you imagine like a reboot with
with Gemma. The rest of the cast needs to have kids then so they can all go. You know, it'd be funny. It would be like our parents did this and we don't really know each other because like you can bet they're not all
it's
having
like college friends who like get together.
Yeah.
Like once their kids are like in high school.
Yeah, like their kids
and they're like,
have
let's go
heard
on a trip
about
together.
them. Yeah. Remember the movie Grown Ups with Adam Sandler?
Yes.
That's this, where the kids don't really know each other, but they're like, I guess we'll go stay in a cabin together. And Salma Hayek is like, I don't know.
That would be so funny.
And then next door, maybe not next door, but it's a big property.
The parents.
So maybe the parents are there just getting trashed, dude.
Yep.
We could talk about competition games. House versus house.
Ooh, beer Olympics?
Millennial versus what's it going to be?
They're going to be Gen Beta, I think.
That other generation. Think of it. Think of how crazy.
My God.
Hire me at how old would I be in God?
It doesn't
20
matter.
years, 20-ish
matter.
years. Okay, so at 50, I better be working for Bravo producing this show.
Should we cut this out? Because like we should maybe save this.
I mean, it only works if Gemma and the rest of the Summer House cast come back.
Even if not, even if it's just like Kyle and Amanda have a kid in the next like few years, and then like Gemma, Kyle and Amanda's kid, like, and then they're friends.
Maybe are they all getting raised together, or does Gemma bring some of her friends?
Either way,
Kyle and Amanda's
like
kid,
say they're in college,
bring
they're both
some of
in
their
college,
friends.
yeah.
That'd be really dope for a college gang. Because remember, these Summer House for these people didn't start till they were like 25.
Yeah.
So that'd be dope. Imagine 21, your parents are like, yo, we rented you a house in the Hamptons.
We rented you a house in the Hamptons.
No, that's irresponsible. We can't do this on TV.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Food poisoning. Not food poisoning. Alcohol poisoning.
We will be pumping a stomach for the first time.
We'll hire a doctor on site. It's fine. It's fine. We'll have an ambulance. We'll rent one out.
We'll just own an ambulance the entire summer. Now that sounds chaotic.
It's fine. Did you know like 60% of men think that they could land a plane? We should be those women that think we could pump a stomach. We can start learning now.
Oh my God.
We're just like, it's fine.
50-year-old us is like, come
we'll
here.
pump the stomach. We get Kyle and Amanda's kid a mullet, and we're like, you just have to wear this. Don't ask. Don't ask about it. Just wear it.
They raise their kids and they don't show them the show.
Well, this is going to be vintage TV, and kids don't like vintage TV until they're late, like until later.
It does come back, so I feel like the mullet would come back. 15,
maybe we're
20
on
years.
the same timeline of fashion
The right
trends.
cycle, yeah.
Whoa. This is crazy. Who hasn't hired us yet?
It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woohooer, a hand clapper, a high fiver? I kind of like the high five, but if you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. At ChumbaCasino.com, choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses. So don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
This is crazy.
Last piece of news.
Great.
Leva is crashing out right now on socials.
I don't know what that means. Oh, I don't know what it means. Go on.
Leva opened a new restaurant in her little restaurant block. Actually, directly to the right, if you're looking at Republic, directly to the right of it.
Oh, crazy.
I know.
Did it just open?
Like in the past week, yeah.
Wait. This sounds crazy, but when I was in Charleston this summer, I saw Republic, and then there was this used building.
Yes.
And I was like, I wonder what's
little
going to
corner
be there.
shop.
But
yeah.
it looked like they were doing shit. Wow, weird.
Yes. So it's open now. It's one of those like all frozen cocktails places.
Okay.
They're pretty big in like the South and especially on the coast.
Everyone has hangovers. No, I'm just kidding.
Because like you can take him to go and people like take him to the beach. And so
that's dope.
Yeah, there used to be a place called like Wet Willie's and I think it closed. So like this, or at least Charleston is taking over that need. And so they had an opening party, let's just say on Wednesday. I don't know when it was, but I saw it during the week. So like on Wednesday, they have an opening party late afternoon and it's like influencers and all the people. So they have their party and then that party ends and it opens to the public at like 8 p.m. So you have these like mix of people, like the influencers leaving and the new people trying to get in, or like some of the influencers are staying. And at 8 p.m., like some people are in line, like normies are in line trying to get in and they're getting turned away because of what they're wearing. And apparently there's a dress code, which like all their other restaurants do have. But if you look at it, it's like pretty racial profiling. Like,
is it? Can I look it up?
No Jordans, but like white people can wear Jordans. White people can wear.
Wait,
it just like helps them.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it like kind of helps them like turn away people they don't want.
Wait. They say no Jordans on Black people?
No, it's not that explicit, but like people are now writing comments about on their like Google storefront page, whatever, leaving reviews and saying like there was a white guy wearing the exact same shoes as me and he was let in and I wasn't. And like the guy who wrote the review is Black. So this really came to be because one girl put a TikTok up. She was at the private event, put a TikTok up about seeing a guy turn away for what he was wearing.
I found it. Is this Zach's daiquiris?
Yes.
Okay. The following's not permitted. Athletic wear, gym attire. What the fuck? After my workout class?
After 8 p.m. After 8 p.m.
Oh, you're right. Dress code after 8 p.m. Athletic wear, gym attire, ripped, frayed, or patched jeans, jersey, graphic tees, tank tops, hoodies, Crocs/slides.
So there's reviews going up, and like on TikTok, people are showing like white people are in their restaurant wearing all of that, but like Black people are being turned away. And so this one TikToker is the one who like started commenting on it, and other people have been commenting on it since, like sharing their own experience and similar experiences. Leva posted a statement that was just like, or from Lamar, her husband, being like, we're not, like, we posted this dress code, like, well in advance. People are saying they didn't. But either way, it's like, why do you have a dress code at a daiquiri place? But your restaurant, whatever. But it just helps enforce, like, if the person at your door has a racial bias, they're going to use that dress code to turn away somebody of color that they don't like. And just because you are a Black business owner doesn't mean the people working for you don't have racial bias that is being like implemented in this dress code.
That's crazy. So white people are getting in with graphic tees, but not Black people?
Yes.
Fuck.
Or like white women are in there with like tank tops and like ripped jeans. And it's like, so you can enforce the dress code sometimes. And when like the staff is being called out about it, they're like, oh, well, she was let in before 8. And it's like, no, she wasn't. But Leva, that because the online commentary keeps going. This is their first week they're open.
Wait, can I make a comment on this dress code?
Yeah.
No tank tops is kind of crazy.
Very
I wear
crazy.
Tank tops going out all the time.
I know.
And it's hot. What am I supposed to wear?
You are in Charleston, not Minnesota.
Well, even in Minnesota, I would wear a fucking tank.
Well, yeah, but I'm like,
if I'm
90% of the year, you could wear like a t-shirt.
If I put on jeans and it's hot out, I'm going to put on a tank top and then go out to the bar.
Yeah.
You can dress up. I understand athletic wear, gym attire.
Yeah.
Fine, ripped, frayed, patched jeans. Ugh.
The ripped are so in, though, so I don't understand that.
Whatever, just go with it. A jersey, okay, sure. No jersey affiliation. Graphic tees, though, for men specifically, you could get away with like a cool graphic tee. Particularly Black fashion uses graphic tees a lot. That's the
problem. This is clearly cool. Like skewed.
You add like a hat. You can like make it cool with jeans, with cool.
This is
Jordans.
Clearly skewed to a specific demographic.
Yeah, like what white man is wearing a graphic tee? Like if I picture this is bad, but like I just picture like a white man with like a duck on his shirt, and I'm like, yeah, no graphic tees here. But like
graphic tee is a broad description.
Yeah, you could spice up a graphic tee. A tank top, that's ridiculous. A hoodie, like not the hoodie I'm wearing. Maybe not a hoodie. That's fine. I could, whatever.
But it's a daiquiri shop. We're not talking about Republic.
Yeah, but it's 8 p.m. I don't know what happens there after 8 p.m. It's like Lottie's in Chicago. You go after 8 p.m. and it's a fucking nightmare. You're out on the streets. But during the day, it's a fucking dive bar that like, have you been there during the day? Yes. I have. Terrible. But no, actually, Lottie's has great food. I mean, terrible as in like, it's so different. Crocs, absolutely. Cut that out.
Agreed.
Slides. Well, we're not wearing like Tom Schwartz Adidas slides, are we? Like, what are slides? Identify slides. Flip-flops.
But it's vague enough that they can let certain people in and certain people not.
Yuck. Also, bet your ass I'm not wearing heels to a daiquiri's place. So, like, how dressed up do I have to be here?
Exactly.
And I gotta be honest, as someone who's more like a casual dresser, like, my style is very, like, casual. It's very, like, more streetwear than anything. I never want to go to Republic because I have to put on a bodycon dress and heels, and that sounds terrible.
But that's also the vibe of Republic. It's a club.
Vibe.
Why do I need to do this at a daiquiri shop?
Can I go next door to the daiquiri place in my hoodie and just like fucking chill? Obviously not. Because if I'm in my tank top and graphic tee, I'm getting turned away. Crazy. Sorry, go on. So
Leva posts Lamar's statement. I forget what it said, but it was just like, we posted the dress code well in advance, because that was also a thing. It's like, you didn't tell anybody about the dress code, now you're enforcing this thing. And they're like, we did, whatever.
Well, I would never think to look at a dress code before going to a daiquiri place, but continue.
Agreed.
And a place called, if this is replacing a place called Wet Willie's, that sounds like I'm showing up in a ratty t-shirt.
A bikini to Wet Willie's.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to a fancy daiquiri place?
Yes.
Go on.
So, the commentary is still happening. They are getting, the Schwartz and Sandy's one-star review special. Ooh. Except this isn't just like, oh, Tom and Tom suck, fuck them. They're like, people are like sharing their stories of similar things happening.
Damn.
And Leva gets on TikTok and is like, that TikToker who called us out, like, she was probably drunk, and people are like, whoa, you had her at your event where you served her alcohol. Like, how dare you just be like, she's a drunk.
Yo.
She, like, takes down big companies because this TikToker also called out that Panera scandal of when there was that, like, raging lemonade that killed 2 people.
Oh my God. Yeah, I had no idea.
So people are like, all right, that was also a real thing. Like,
no, that's dangerous. As someone who never drinks caffeine, that's dangerous. I had half a Celsius once and thought I was going to die. So one of those, I would drink those Panera lemonades and I could have died. I literally could have died.
So like, one, you are not Panera, Leva. And two,
we're not accusing you of killing anyone. We're accusing you
but
of
she
being
doesn't,
racially...
Leva's like, wow, she like consistently tears down big companies. And it's like, how about for real things? I can call real companies out for their bad shit.
She's not just like, the people at Republic suck. Like, we know. We see the show. Right? She's not going to Schwartz and Sandy's and just being like, the vibe's bad. Yeah, we know it's going to be bad. She's going and saying, like, maybe not Leva, like, specifically, but her employees are racially profiling people and not letting them into the bar.
And her response is like, we can't be that because I have a black husband. And people are like, it's giving, I have a black friend, I can't be racist. Like,
it's also kind of giving, like, classist a little bit. Like, okay, sure, you have a black husband, but like, you guys make millions, and like, let's be real, right? Let's look at the demographics of America. A lot of low income people are black people because of systemic racism, right?
Yep.
So you're just being classist, but
not also
racist,
like you
classist.
said, like there's different cultures within even like different demographics, but how a white person will dress will be different, and how a black person can be different, and how a black person dresses. So like, you making a very specific policy so you can weed out who, like, and maybe you aren't weeding it out, like you would let the black person in, but if your door person won't, that's what you have to be concerned about, is how your policies are contributing to this problem.
No, literally. Like,
the Jordans get me because it's like, those shoes are so expensive.
Also, nowhere in here is it saying no Jordans on your dress code.
Oh, then they removed it from there because it was on there. It's on the other ones.
No Jordans.
It doesn't say no athletic shoes. So it says no Jordans. That's the only one that's very specific.
Michael Jordan rolls up to your establishment and you're going, nah, because of your shoes?
Nope.
To the greatest basketball player of all time, you'd be like, no, because of your shoes.
Sorry, you can't get a daiquiri here.
Not that Michael Jordan drinks daiquiris, but like, Jesus, that if not racist, you're being classist. Like, we can't. Yeah, okay, I don't live in this world of Leva either, so why can't I wear a fucking tank top? Like, what am I supposed to wear, Leva? Jesus F. Sorry, you only want skinny white people in your establishments. What if someone is like a little bigger? You could be being fat phobic and they just have a graphic tee with them because that's what they feel comfortable in. Like, I'm so mad. I get it. There are policies that you have to respect. And I get that. But if it's vague like this, Why are you
But also,
letting the
people
white
have
people
the
in?
right to call you out on a weird policy for a daiquiri shop. I don't think anybody calls it out for Republic and Lamar's and all these like nicer places, but this is a daiquiri shop.
This is a daiquiri spot. Actually, I was just in Miami for a wedding,
Mm-hmm.
and my friend was the officiant, and her husband was also in the wedding, so they were in like fancy shit. And then it was like after the wedding, everyone's like, oh, let's go to this club, let's go to this like club bar. It really wasn't a club. Half of it was a club and the other half was a dive bar, a giant dive bar. So I'm like, I love this place, until the wedding party was like, we got seats in the crowded club, and I was like, oh yuck, take me back to the bar. Anyway,
Hate that.
My friend shows up with her husband. They're both wearing, because they went back and changed. They're in sweatpants and giant t-shirts. And they got in, even though the front was like, we have a dress code. She was like, we're part of this wedding. Look at my makeup.
Yeah.
Like, just let me in. And then the bride was like, it's okay. And they let her in because we were just in this club area. But like, you could make exception. Like, it's not that fucking serious. You think your establishment is ruined because someone's wearing Crocs? I mean, like, terrible on, it says more about that person.
Well, like
than it does
on
your
Leva's video,
establishment.
she's like, you can wear whatever the fuck you want up until 8 p.m., which I get it, but so like during the day, yeah, you can wear your graphic tees and your Crocs when you're coming from like the beach or something.
Shouldn't a daiquiri place be closed after 8 p.m.?
I guess not. It becomes a raging club.
No, I don't even want to be there.
Girlies, get your florals and your high heels and let's go to the Zack Stag.
Let's go to the movies instead. No, here's what we're going to do, because we have showed how much purchasing power we have in the world, right? This is what we're going to do. We are going, if you want to go to a daiquiri at Zack's Daiquiris, feel free. That clock strikes 8 p.m. Everyone leaves. That place is a fucking ghost town. That's what we're doing. Get up, get ready right now. We're going to leave Zack's Daiquiris at 8 p.m. We will not be there. Do not frequent any of Leva's establishments past 8 p.m. Let's do
Wear
this.
your Crocs and then let's leave. Let's boop, boop, boop.
Grab your florals and your besties. We're leaving at 8 p.m. and we're going home to nap because we've been day drinking.
We're taking our blender and making our own.
We are going to house party, okay? Republic after 8 p.m., not
Boo.
anymore. That's a boo. Doesn't she have one more restaurant? Also,
Bourbon and Bubbles and
Boo.
Lamar.
After 8 p.m., we don't go to Leva's establishments anymore. If she wants to be so, you could do whatever you want at 8 until 8 p.m. We will. That clock, it's like Cinderella. We run for the hills at 8 p.m. before we turn into pumpkins. We gotta go. The purchasing power is hard in the United States. Also, a recession is coming anyway, so don't waste your money on a $12 to $80 daiquiri that I'm
you
sure
have to
they
drink
sell.
in high heels.
Yeah, you know what's more fun is buying locally and sitting in your apartment and binge watching reality TV. That is cheaper too.
I agree.
Great. So what's the problem?
That's it.
No,
that's the solution is what I'm hearing.
The purchasing power. She obviously canceled all her DEI initiatives, so we will not support past 8 p.m. Anyway.
Yeah, she just needs to shut up and be like, hey, I understand our policy isn't for everybody. It starts at 8.
The revolution is upon us, ladies and gents. We don't go past 8 p.m. We don't shop at Target or Walmart or Amazon or Chick-fil-A. We don't go to any of these places.
Necessities only.
We have the power.
Yeah.
I do want to ask, though, because I have to buy a new toilet cleaner and shower curtain. Where do I go if I should
Alicia,
go to Target or Amazon?
I'm having this problem because I have some things I also need.
Like just like everyday household items. I don't have a car. Actually, this is a real question to our viewers. I don't have a car. I live in New York City. Where should I go to buy household essentials that aren't going to break my bank?
And that, like, you can't go to, like, a thrift store. Because I also tried to...
Okay, yeah. I'm not buying a toilet cleaner from a thrift store.
No.
I'd rather just go to Target.
I don't know. Because I also wanted a cast iron thing to make bread. And I'm like, where do I get that thing now?
That one I'll get back to you because I think my mom has a place that she shops that's not Target or Walmart.
Just like, that's the thing. In
like
St. Louis,
pan.
there's a local... like home goods store or like just kitchen store that's where I would go, but I'm not carrying that all the way back to Chicago from St. Louis.
Yeah. So we're in cities. Listen up, everyone.
That's our problem. We have no cars.
In cities, we have no cars.
Where are we shopping?
We want to do the good thing. How do we get general household items right? Because I don't buy my clothes there anymore. I don't like get food from Target or Walmart or Amazon.
Yeah.
But I need essentials. Where do I go? I have a question. Also, side note, is Old Navy is still good, right?
We're good.
Still
Yeah,
good?
yeah.
This sweatshirt's Old Navy, and I was so nervous after I bought it. I was like, what if?
I know.
But no,
I
we're
know. You're good. You're good. I have looked up a few
Old Navy
companies.
Doesn't sell bread pans. So what do we do? Old Navy, expand.
Hey, Old Navy,
time.
Can you come out with a line of cast iron skillets, please?
Get into Home Goods immediately. Old Navy, this is your
I've
time.
heard like Home Goods and TJ Maxx are okay, but they didn't have it in my city one. You know, like they're tiny.
Yeah. So what do we do? If someone could help, someone who's fighting a good fight.
I'll put up a question box on our stories to be like, where are we shopping for?
Where do we shop?
Shower curtains.
For the toilet bowl cleaner, it's grossing me out and I just want a new one. And I don't. Where do I go? I know it's $3 at Target, but I can't. Even my $3.
I know. My grandma made me go to Target, and I was like, I am not buying a single thing. I can't
step foot in this place, Grandma.
Grandma, I understand you're of an age that you can't care. You need convenience, and
Grandma,
I won't blame you for that.
I know you don't care because this isn't your life for the far future. But we're here, Grandma. What do we do?
I will drive you there, but I will not touch anything.
Which is hard because I did love Target, but it's already working. So I know. See it. I see it working, so I have to continue the fight.
And shopping is like a drug. Like, it is an emotional response. So, like, once you stop the, like, habit loop of going for, like, a month, I don't even think about Target anymore. Unless I have, like, these weird niche necessities.
Yeah. See, this is...
But I don't, like, emotionally want to shop. Like, I don't want to go shopping for clothes there anymore. I'm like, whatever.
No. But it's like...
I'm like, I do need Advil.
It's just like, what do I do? What do I do?
I get it. We'll find out.
Okay. Everyone let us know. Should we get into reading, watching, and listening?
Hell to the yeah.
Are you reading anything?
No.
Okay, really quick. I have actually been kind of in a reading slump, so if people have like good books I should maybe get into. I don't know. I'm usually a mood reader, and I don't know my mood right now. 2025 has been hard. So I don't know my mood. So I just like haven't been reading. Is that
so
weird?
All genres preferred, so then Alicia can suss it out.
Yeah, I just don't know what my mood is. I'm reading The Wedding People right now, though.
People said that was good.
It is. It's a really good book. I think I'm just like not in mood.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it is really good. I'm almost done. I have like 8% left on my Kindle to read.
We're also in that weird spot where it's like going from winter into spring, but it's not one of them. So you can't even be like, yay, warm weather, beach reads yet.
Yeah, it's such a weird time. But The Wedding People is good. It's about a woman who is very unhappy in her life. So she books a vacation to the coast of Rhode Island, which is one of my favorite states. And she is planning to unalive herself, but she doesn't. And instead she joins this wedding that has rented out the entire place.
That is not where I thought this. I did not think that this book would be about that.
But it's her learning like, okay, what's it like to be alive again around like strangers and like, what are we doing here? It's actually like really good. I just also don't think, because part of it I'm like, I should remember that. But I think sometimes you really need to hit rock bottom before you change your life. And I am not at rock bottom yet. So my life will remain.
It's also easier to like, because that wedding is like strangers, right?
Yeah.
It's so much easier to like be around strangers sometimes when you're depressed because there isn't this like life and ideal like person that people have like built up around you. So it's a lot easier to just be like a new person for a few days.
Yeah. So it's a good book. I'll probably finish it today.
Yeah.
Then I don't know what else to read. So give me thoughts.
How to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1, go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2, collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3, play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4, unleash your excitement.
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
But I've been watching a lot of things.
Let's
all I do is
dive
watch.
in deep. What do you want to talk about first?
We gotta do Traitors. We finished the Traitors. We saw the reunion. That was absolutely hilarious.
Okay, let's back up before the finale though, because the Carolyn Danielle face off. I don't think we've talked about that.
We haven't talked about that, and we haven't talked about Tom Sandoval singing.
Oh my God.
I have to be so honest. I hate him, but that was the funniest thing I've ever seen on my TV. I was crying laughing. But here's the thing. If you don't know the lore, because a lot of people don't watch Vanderpump Rules. If you don't know the lore of Tom Sandoval, the fact that he was like...
Also, it was giving me church vibes.
And Sam just goes terrible
singing.
I was crying because that's Tom Sandoval's whole personality, is that he's a good singer.
Did you hear in that like filming day, there was a trumpet in the house and he did pick it up, but they just did not put it in the episode.
No, Traitors. Why?
That's also part of the lore. If you don't watch Vanderpump Rules, Tom and his trumpet, what nightmares are made of.
Trumpet. James's face during the trumpet. It's
oh my
just
God,
so
when
good.
he like played it in that band's ear during was it Katie and Tom's wedding?
Yeah, and the guy goes, stop.
He's like, move away from me.
No, it was so funny to watch Tom Sandoval and everyone, like specifically Brittany, be like, Jesus Christ, because she was Brittany was experiencing for the first time what we have experienced for 12 years.
Yeah, but can you imagine it in your face 24/7? Like, leave me alone. Like, we can turn off the TV. She cannot turn him off.
I know, but it's kind of what, for 12 years, Meredith.
No, I know. But we had it spaced out. She had 12 years in 6 weeks.
But we knew about it, and it was so funny to watch everyone be surprised that this was a real thing. And the fact that it's not real songs, and he's just going, hum, 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 hum,
yeah. But you know what? He did win that competition for them.
Listen, he sucks. He sucks as a person. But oh my God, did I eat every morsel of a crazy Tom Sandoval on my screen up?
Oh,
him shoving prosciutto in his mouth is still one of the funniest things. When
that man has been converted into a reality TV star.
Legend.
But also, that has no reflection on his character. Like, we don't need to be like,
he's
great
crazy.
now.
He's just crazy. Another good one was when Alan was like, be a doll, do it quickly. And everyone was like, be a doll. And Tom goes, do it quickly. And Sam, of all people, was like, the clue was doll. Tom.
Or when the Traitors killed someone, like, at night. Or, like, and you had to, like, present yourself. And then Sam's like, hey, let's test these people about what Alan was wearing. And Carolyn comes in and has no idea. And Tom's like, you know what he was wearing? And they're like, Tom.
He loved
him. Literally ruined it.
Him and Carolyn were friends, though. So they were, I think Tom wanted to protect her in a way. It was just so funny. The round table, he'd be like, it's Dolores.
It's Dolores. And Dolores would be like, it's Tom.
Those two, the word. Dolores, I'm happy what happened to her in the end. She didn't deserve it. She's terrible. But no, Tom Sandoval was so funny. And then he was like on the money with Boston Rob. And I was sitting there going, why am I rooting for him? Why am I rooting for Tom Sandoval for people to listen to him? Why?
Then he's
like, I'm the most dangerous player in the game.
Oh my God. My God, when he gets murdered and he's like, I'm just such a delight to work with.
It was so funny.
I literally was like, man. I couldn't pull up my phone in time to record that, to be like, did I really hear that right? Let me rewind.
It was so good. Tom Sandoval and the Traitors. I want to see him compete more. And not for serious stuff.
Agree.
Not on the world's toughest challenge. None of that shit. Put this man like on Survivor, where he can maybe get drunk a little bit, but he's also in a bad situation.
Combines his only good things is he is a star and he knows how to like produce a reality TV show and give us some lines.
Yeah.
But he is competitive, and so it leaves out the personal side.
But he's also
don't have
bad.
to see we don't have to see him fuck real people over and be a terrible human. It's in a game format where it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, if I think he was good at the games, it would have made him less likable. The fact that he is so bad, you're like when he was like, I'm a threat, and everyone's like, Tom, you're not getting killed. You're too chaotic. Like, it was so funny. He would be like the White Lotus guy, like Mike White, just getting drunk on Survivor, being like, everyone's an idiot. But, like, wouldn't find anything. He wouldn't win. He would just exist. He's so funny. Anyway.
Agreed.
On the other flip hand, Dolores, what are we doing, girl?
Listen, Bravo people. I love you. I love you. But these people are so bad at the game.
Dolores. Also, even Andy at the reunion was like, Dolores, I thought you were kind of
Honey.
savvy. What was happening to you?
Well, no. How did we think she was savvy? Teresa is still her friend.
And I'm corrected. You're right.
Like, she is exactly on the Traitors who she is in real life. Like, had she not voted correctly on Brittany, I was ready to put up a meme that said, like, wow, cannot find a traitor in real life or in a show. Like, cannot vote the right way anytime, whether
She
it's
voted
fake
wrong
or
like
real.
8 out of 10 times.
8 out of 10 times. I don't know if she voted any of the traitors out. I guess 2.
Just Brittany and
I think because she didn't vote Danielle. Maybe Carolyn.
Either way, Dolores, if we had made it to that final 4, I would have said, let's vote again. Let's get Dolores out. Dude, she doesn't deserve this money.
Okay, I want to get to the last thing, but first I want to talk the Traitors, because I still stand by this. The Faithfuls did not win. The Traitors lost.
Agreed.
They were so
chaotic
concerned
and bad
with each other that I hope the next round of Traitors is like, listen, we cannot do what they did.
I think that's what happens when you have all gamers, right?
Yeah.
You need like a Phaedra who's not a gamer, but is savvy enough that she can hold her own with the gamers. You know what I mean?
The gamers think that they're playing, Phaedra, but Phaedra knows how to pull the strings.
Yeah. So I think you can't do all gamers. And I know Bob the Drag Queen's not technically a gamer, but he is. Because, I mean,
it's
Drag
a competition.
Race is a competition.
Yeah, and like his is a little bit more ruthless. Like he doesn't know how to work as a team.
Yeah. So like I think they should have put in like a Gabby or something, or like a Dylan who isn't a gamer but could like savvy the show a little bit.
Agreed.
Similar to a Phaedra. Because then what you have, if the Faithfuls were fucking smart, every time get every gamer out. I don't know what we're doing.
I agree.
If the non-gamers outnumber the gamers, get the gamers out.
Especially start getting the gamers out, because like once you've gotten like 2 or 3 traitors out of the gamers, you can be like, okay, I don't think the rest of the gamers are it. We can like pause on them for a minute. Yeah.
But you know how like Wells was the first one? I would have been like, no, stop. No. Even when they're like, we have nothing to go off of.
That's what it is.
But we do. We have a CV of Tony and Jeremy and Carolyn and Danielle. Like we have these people.
Because even if they're not traitors, they're not going to be great faithfuls. They're going to be gaming the system. I think the faithfuls need to realize that at the end of the game, you have to be strategic as a faithful too. And so like you got to make sure your clique stays in so you have the votes.
Well, the problem is if you bring faithful gamers to the end, it'll be like season 2.
Exactly.
Trishelle and CT were like, we can just get more money if we knock out, what was her name? MJ? Let's just knock out MJ. And MJ couldn't fathom. And I was like, that's why you don't want any gamers ever. You don't. You just don't want gamers in the game. The thing that the Traitors now need to do, though, is have an equal amount of gamers versus non-gamers. Pick traitors from both.
It's gonna
then it's kind of even.
Like how the challenge got for a while there, where like the old school versus the new school. It's like you immediately just attack the new school because you need the numbers of the old school to stick together. So like gamers are going to have to unite and get out some. And what's going to do it is it's going to become a battle with traitors and faithfuls about their allies, about their side of the fence, about who to murder.
Which would be interesting because now, right, the traitors is hard because you know the game. So that was kind of where season 3, I think, fell off the rails because they're like, oh, housewives are savvy, and now they're going to get all their housewives. And it's like, if you actually do your housewives, these 4 are non-threatening housewives. They're not smart. Dolores would rather tell you she's a traitor and go down for it than actually lie. Like, if you actually knew her. No, Dolores. Dorinda can't hold a conversation to save her life. And then Robin's an idiot, and Ion
Dolores
didn't even know
is the only housewife, and Ion, who should be murdered because those 2 are like faithful of the faithful. Those are the people you murder. But like Dorinda would have been banished. Like I don't get why we are murdering people who are going to be banished anyways.
That's the thing, right? So they got in their head. So now next season they're going to be like, oh, the survivor people we got to get out. And it's like, no. Because it'd be interesting if you had an equal amount of like gamers to non-gamers, but then the gamers within themselves are going to have a hard time working together. Because like Survivor, Big Brother, you don't even trust the people in your show.
I know.
So honestly, It could be pretty dope. It could be dope.
I'm still excited. I think this has been the worst season in my book.
I think not entertainment wise, but play wise, terrible.
That's what it is. Like, I had a lot of entertainment, but it was just a reality TV show to me, not a competition show.
Watching Boston Rob just try to be like, please stop fighting. Instead, Caroline and Danielle were so dumb. If they had just teamed up.
I know.
But
that's
they
what
couldn't
it
trust
is.
each other. They couldn't.
That was insufferable to me. And like, I've seen a lot of chatter online about Danielle. A lot of people hate her. I dislike her because I don't want to watch somebody like the racking sobs, or like, I don't mind if you emotionally manipulate people, but then give me the diary scenes to be like, gotta, you know, like, to me, she wasn't like telling a story then to the audience in her diary scenes.
Crazy. She looked crazy.
Yeah, that it wasn't entertaining to me.
People who didn't know Danielle, who would watch the show, would be like, it's similar to the people that started watching Vanderpump Rules at season 10 and 11. Like, you just don't know the shit. So, like, people be like, Danielle's terrible at this game. I'd be like, but actually, she's the best.
Not.
She's the best Big Brother player to have never won. But she's just not playing this right, which is crazy because she's not a bad player.
I think there's a lot of chatter on like, oh, well, if you like say anything against Danielle, you're racist, which just isn't true. I think there's a lot of people who are racist and don't like her for who she is.
Because of that. Yeah.
I think she did a great job as a traitor compared to the rest of the traitors, obviously.
I mean, she was the longest lasting.
I don't like the game she played personally.
Yes,
it's not the game I found entertaining. She crushed it in the Traitors version, but like, I don't want to watch it. I
don't think it was a good game. Yeah. It worked for her. I would have played it differently.
I also think the editors fucked her over with a good storyline around it.
Yeah.
So like, there's some things that she can do and some things she can't. But like, I think the editor set her up to be hated as well.
I think what really bugged me about Danielle was she would pull traitor moves and then be like, she wanted us to feel bad that she had to like murder Derek. And I was like, this is exhausting, dude.
I want someone who like is conniving and is like, is a bitch behind the scenes. Be like, I got him.
I mean, I think Carolyn did an okay job at that. Boston Rob was the best. He was like, none of these people mean anything to me.
Yes.
Which is how, if you get picked to be a traitor, that is just
be
how
ruthless.
You have to think.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing is like, you got to be a little careful with the non-gamers because they're going to take it more personally. But Derek's not going to be that mad. He's going to know it's a game. He'll eventually get over it. But if you then sit there and don't own it, if you don't own it and you're like, I didn't want to do that, just say, I had to kill Derek. He's a dangerous player. It's no shade to him. I know him.
Or be like pissed. Be like, I didn't want to fucking kill him, and my other traitors made me kill him. Don't to the like in your diary. Yeah, I don't want to give sympathy to a traitor for doing their fucking job.
Weird. Yeah,
that's why I don't like her.
I agree, and I think, like I said, you put too many gamers in the Traitors. You need at least one kind of non-gamer to work with. Which, like, if I was a gamer, damn, this would be a hard show because Faithful or Traitor, everyone should be going after you. I'm telling you.
I know.
It wasn't a bad strategy to get for the Faithfuls to get Wes out, to get Bertoni out, to get whatever. Those were all great. It was like the Nikki Garcia. The fuck, dude, don't
They
banish
also
her.
had really conniving gamers this time. Like, they had no
notch.
like neutral gamers. Like, they were all the top and like the beasts, I would say. Like the ones who like will control the conversations.
We had 3 of the greatest trifecta of all time.
I am kind of sad they wasted them all on one season.
I am too. But there's so many good Survivor and like Big Brother and Challenge players.
I wish Derek was on a different season because I would love to watch him investigate the shit out of this. But like, he barely got screen time because like, everybody was a big personality.
I think Derek coming in with Wes and Boston Rob put a big target on his back.
Yeah,
because if you do your homework, I mean, those two, you got to get him out. I think if Derek was there from the beginning, it would have helped him a little more.
I think the Cage Boys thing is what like was against him. Is one of the 3 of them.
Yeah, if he was in a cage with 2 idiots, fucking keep Derek forever. But I mean, Boston Rob proved.
No, it's that one of them is going to be a traitor. Like, come on.
Oh yeah, that too. I mean, Bob the drag queen didn't do himself any favors saying it, but plus everyone. Here's the other thing about gamers, right? I know I would fall hard for any spewing bullshit that Boston Rob and Derek gave me.
Same.
I know from the beginning I would be Sierra that's like, we can't give
I'd be
up
in
Boston
their
Rob.
pocket. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why Boston Rob takes a breath into the castle, sniped. He's my first. I can't.
That's the thing. You can't let him sprinkle you with his little pixie dust. Like, you can't fall for it.
The fact those three made it more than one round table, I would have been like, murder. I would have sat there and been like, I have no evidence besides that
you
these
were in
three
a cage.
are three of the
You're
greatest
amazing,
players.
and you entered in a weird way.
Have you never seen Boston Rob play this game? Sniped. Have you never seen Wes play this game? Sniped. Have you ever seen Derek play this game?
Yeah.
He's the least dangerous. Snipe. No questions asked. 1, 2, 3. Out.
I agree. Okay, so
sorry, go on.
In the end, you have last week we left off with that cliffhanger with
yeah. This was awesome.
I was thrilled to see Brittany turn that around and vote Danielle off because
Dolores.
of like doing it again. Her like getting Danielle out again, I just think is the funniest thing in the world.
I think it was funny because Carolyn was saying we could just murder. We don't have to bring in another traitor. And Danielle was like, no, I want to bring in Brittany. And I was like, you're dumb. And I hope it bites you in the ass. And Brittany's sitting there like, I thought Dolores was going to, and I was like, that's extra funny. If you think Dolores is going to change your vote, you don't know the show. You don't know Dolores.
Agreed. But I agree with Brittany that it looked like Dolores was saying to her she was changing.
But
so
that
it's like, I gotta flop.
That doesn't mean you got to flop. But I think it would have exposed Brittany, I mean, it did, as a traitor, to stick with Danielle.
I think it's weird she voted for Danielle. Like, if you think Dolores is flipping, I think that would have been the vote to send Danielle home anyways.
That's true.
So you sticking with Ivor, whatever the pronunciation is, you should have always gone with him. I think that exposed Brittany is like voting her friend out.
Flip-flopping? Yeah. Yeah, fair. I didn't like how Danielle straight up just looked at Dylan and was like, change your vote. I was like, you gotta pander better. You're doing terrible.
That's the game.
It's the game.
I know, but that's what I don't like. I don't think she's playing it smart.
The game didn't play it smart. Ivor surprised me a lot. He was kind of on the money a few times.
He's just too quiet, which he said in his like package of like slowly opened up or like warmed up to these people. And I'm like, but this is a show.
If
you gotta talk to people.
To two people though, Gabby and Dylan, their games were just great.
Gabby is so funny.
When Danielle's like, I'm not like, you're smart, and Gabby's like, I'm not saying I'm dumb. She was right on the money. She knew it. I liked how Gabby played the game. I think she played almost a flawless game, I'll say. She had some rough patches, but I think the amount of time she spoke up enough. Yeah. And Dylan, obviously, Dylan is so faithful that I was like, he kind of bugs me sometimes.
I know.
Because he's like, I gotta do it for the greater good. And I'm like, greater good?
It's not that deep. I'm like, all right, people.
I go into this show going, I'm rooting for the Traitors each and every time until they show me it's a bad game. But I don't want someone who's like, it's good versus evil. It's not that serious.
That's my problem with non-gamer reality TV people. They're acting like this is real life. And I'm like, thanks for keeping up the bit a little bit, but it's not that deep.
My God, like fucking Dorinda at the reunion.
Oh my God.
She's like, you didn't even know who I was and you killed me?
It's not about that.
My God, I know who you are too. I'm just going to banish you, girl. Like, bye.
She would have been more upset if she was the first banished.
Yes.
Which she would have been.
What did she say? Clip. Goodbye, Dorinda. Clip.
Okay, so then they go back and banish one more time because there's 5 of them, which I guess I didn't realize that they will always get down to 4 people for that final fire pit, no matter what.
Did you think it was good or bad that Brittany won the seer?
The way she played it, I think she did it well. But once Dylan was like, wow, like this will tell us if Brittany's a traitor, I was like, oh, she's fucked. There's nothing she can do.
But I think anyone who got the seer besides Dylan. So like, okay, if Ivor or Gabby got the seer, I think they would have questioned Brittany and she would have had to tell them she's a traitor, right? I
think they might have gone Gabby though, because there was a question in the air.
I think Dylan would have gone Gabby. I think Ivor and Gabby would have gone Brittany. I think for safety, it was good that Brittany like said like won the seer. I don't think she should have questioned Gabby. Does that make sense?
I think she had to because I found it weird that her and Danielle went into the round table when Danielle got banished and went for Gabby so hard and didn't vote for them.
You're right.
I think because of that, they had to.
She didn't vote. Yeah. They should have. I know that would have gotten Danielle banished, but it looked bad that they switched to Ivor. You know what I mean?
Like, that's the thing, is it looked like, oh, wow, you just wanted to get somebody else out.
Yeah, you're right.
So I think Gabby was a decent choice, but it's what Danielle said to Brittany. I think Brittany really should have leaned into, like, she is clearly still not over, like, what happened in Big Brother. It's me voting against her. Like, that's why she's mad. Like, you need to sob story it.
That's it, because I don't think, again, like, the Gabbys and the Ivors know what happened with, like, to the detail. Like, I would have sat at that round table and been like, damn, she's still pissed about reindeer games.
Yeah, like, I thought we cleared it up, but clearly, like, me sending one vote her way.
She should have said it. She would have been like, I feel so... Right? Brittany was crying. She could have been like, I feel so bad because I did this twice to her. She'll never forgive me.
And, like, I think she should have acknowledged... If she would have acknowledged the, like, comment that Danielle said directly and said, like... Because I forget what she said, but being like, wow, like, she was like, I'll never trust you, or whatever bad comment, because of one vote. Like, this is a game. Like, she always gets, like, mad at me in real life over games. Like, this is so frustrating. She's doing this again. Like, she's making it personal. Like, this isn't about the game. She's going personal again. Like, trying to make it a personal comment, not a game comment.
Yeah. But yeah, so then they had to, vote?
Banish one more person.
I think it was smart. Brittany, though, said Gabby's a faithful, because it then made everyone question.
That's the thing. And I think going after Dylan was the right thing, because she just went a little too hard about it, where she became very defensive.
Yeah, but she had good evidence. I mean, for
that was really crafty.
For a second, I sat there and went, "Is Dylan a traitor?" Like, I was like, I don't know, dude.
I was like, that is because he would say things, and she was like, I could say the exact same thing about you. Like, you could have been recruited. Like, nobody would leave this game at this point, you know? And I was like, ooh, that's a good point.
It was sad that Ivor trusted, because that was really the vote, right? Ivor trusted Dylan too much that those two were going to vote together. You could have maybe swayed Dolores, but then Gabby is another wild card. She probably could have gone either way.
I think she voted for Dylan, didn't she?
No,
or did they all vote for Brittany?
They all voted Brittany.
Okay. I think Brittany it's a gamer, you know? You kind of can't trust a gamer over. And this is why it matters what faithfuls you bring to the end. I don't think that's what traitors really think about.
What do you mean? Like, what faithfuls? Oh.
Like, I think they're just traitors are constantly thinking about how do they stay safe week after week. If you brought
a bunch of, like, gamer faithfuls, then it's like you could kind of point it on anyone a little bit more. Like, if there was one other gamer, like, let's say Tony never got voted out, or Jeremy, you could be like, that's a Survivor fucking legend, dude.
You need someone to tag stuff to in the very end.
There was no one. And as a non-gamer, I mean, going into this, I have more of a gamer mind, but I've never been on a gamer reality show, obviously. So I would technically be a non-gamer. I would trust that Gabby, Dylan, Ivor, and Dolores, well, specifically Dolores, are terrible liars.
Yeah.
But Brittany's not. So let's just vote her out.
That's the thing. That's the struggle of the traitors, I think, for next season. Is you got to ban or you got to murder the people who are so faithful, like the Dylans.
Yeah.
Like, you just got to get rid of them, and get rid of them early.
And then no one's going to turn against them.
You banish the mid-tier people, like, not the really sketchy people. You got to constantly try to get people to, like, the Nikki Garcias. Like,
well, you got to use you might not be a traitor, but you're not a good faithful. Those are the people you banish.
Yeah, especially early on. And you got to keep some sketchy people around for the end of the game, and or your numbers. Like, if Danielle had stayed, she could have convinced Dylan to, like, keep her. Like, if he he already had some inklings, so maybe he still would have gone after her. But you got to keep your, like, Sari, kept her diehard faithfuls that were so obsessed with her around.
Yeah. Well, that's what Boston Rob's MO is, too. He finds a rookie. I mean, he got Dylan, and Dylan was like,
they are best friends still. Like, Boston Rob got a mid-game, and it's like their friendship is so strong.
Which is crazy, because Dylan's like, I watched his season. I know
on the flight.
And I was like, bro, how could you fucking fall? Derek has a loyal following, though, too. Wes does the same thing. You find the newbies, you get them to trust.
You, like, coach them upright.
at the reunion. I'll slit your throat without question.
Hell
Boston
yeah.
Rob said it. You mean nothing to me. Even Derek was like, he never said it, but for a season, he lied to people tooth and nail.
Yeah.
And they threw their games away for him.
Yes.
If Derek got on the block, it was like,
that's what you
nothing
want.
else mattered.
On both sides, faithful and traitor, you need people who are so loyal to you.
Yeah.
That they'll do anything.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad that there are no women in that great three. But if you think about it, Taylor Hale eventually got that game where people were willing to die on the sword for her because of what she went through.
Good one. I was about to say, she's good one point out because she did it in a different way. Those guys just led people. So it's like they just they're like walking to a bright light and other people are following.
She was a phoenix.
She got like the sympathy in a way of like, and it was real stuff happening to her, but she was able to get people so loyal because they felt so bad for what she went through. So that's a way to do it. Like, be the victim and like have people just like want to lift you up so much that they will do anything for you.
It's a crime not to vote for Taylor at the end. Like, that was what she invoked.
Yeah, yeah. And it's not like she did that. Other people made that like aura around her.
Yeah, but even like Phaedra made it a long way because she could just talk.
She was mom. She was like a mom to people, like beloved. CT was
devastated to vote her off, dude.
I know,
like, but he's a gamer. That's the thing. Is if these were all like MJ would have never voted her off.
Okay,
it's the gamer.
Speaking of that end, so at the fire pit.
Yeah.
I wanted them to go one more time. That's the gamer in me. I was like,
the thing is though, Dylan would have been the one to be voted
I know.
off.
Why did I want that? I was like, get him, girls.
I would have been like, I thought we still had questions about Dolores Ivor. No.
I'm like, somebody, I was like, somebody, I was like, is that a little toxic of me? I'm like,
no, I wanted
give me some red light. Give me some red light.
I wanted it so bad. And that is the problem with having no gamers at the end. Is they're all like, we all love each other.
I was like, this is kind of boring.
We can't imagine anyone would lie. Whereas the last season, they were all faithfuls and they all knew it. And CT and Trishelle still went, we're greedy bitches.
Yeah. That's the thing.
That was like, it. Was like Dylan, I think, said something where he's like, I couldn't live with myself. Or maybe it was Dolores. Like, I couldn't live with myself, like, knowing I voted off a traitor just for money. And I was like,
or faithful, but yeah.
Or faithful. I was like,
yes. I was like, no. This is a game.
No. I was hoping Dolores would have thrown the red just to be like, I hate Ivor. I don't want to split it with
anything. I was like, wait, this is when they all threw green. I was like, this is kind of boring. I need some spice in life.
Anyway, the reunion was a great reunion, though.
Okay, question for you.
Yeah.
Did you like how they did it, where they slowly kept bringing people out?
I did, because, like...
I did, too.
Sierra didn't need to be there the whole time, you know?
No, and I don't need, happened. Like, Dorinda speaking on her thing.
No,
7 segments early.
Yeah. I will say, though, Sierra, I think, committed a grave offense for not knowing how, like, Boston Rob in his prime. That was my sexual awakening at like 10 years old.
Literally, I loved how she was like, you were so hot. Not saying you are now.
But he was.
I love people finding young Boston Rob. It has been so entertaining.
Specifically, Boston Rob on Survivor, tan, but not yet looking sickly, with like a little unshowered look, a little stubble, because at the end it got a lot of stubble, but when he had the little bit, and the Boston Red Sox hat, and shirtless, and I was like, that's the moment I went,
a little scrawny but a little toned.
I think that's my type. And then I had to watch him fall in love and be like, it's not me, a 10-year-old.
Them laying in that back of that truck during that All-Star season.
Yo. Come again. Yo. Anyway, Sierra, I recommend you go back and watch Survivor. I think
I love that they kept their promise and they went to that restaurant.
Emilio's.
So
for
cute.
some chicken parm. I love that we relived Wes's exit. I think that was one of the most... I love that Andy thought it was funny too, because everyone else found it so offensive. And I was like,
God.
It's like you've never watched the show. And the best part about Wes, because okay, talking to a friend who doesn't watch game shows, right? She's a Bachelor person.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, do you think people are just like in this, like, oh, like people just want the money? And I was like, not the gamers. They want the title. The gamers do not care about the money.
They want the W.
like I said, for example, anytime Wes wins money now, he'll usually like donate it. He does a lot of social activist work. I know he's like really involved in charities. He speaks out. He's like a girl dad. He's very involved, but he gets on the show. And what makes him money is this asshole persona. So he does that. So people think he's an asshole who's like not giving. But Wes has said like, I'm already a millionaire. What the fuck am I going to do with the money? I'll just get rid of it.
It's like him playing a part. Yeah.
We want, which like, the non-gamers couldn't understand that this is just
I agree. Because, like, I don't think he, like, wants to be an asshole in real life, but it is kind of fun to be an asshole every once in a while. So it's, like, in this really controlled environment where it doesn't really mean anything, it would be so fun.
He could be meaner. But the fact that he literally was like, collectively, I'm greater than all of you. And I was like, and he walked out and I went, that was amazing.
I love the ego of Wes.
And I loved Derek sitting there smug going, I told y'all not to vote for him. But yeah, it was nice to see Derek. I wish he had more screen time. He didn't. Boston Rob was great to see. He's just always a winner. It was fine. I mean, it was a fun reunion. There wasn't much to like doll.
I know. That's where I'm like, the season was kind of boring because we didn't have any real chaos.
And you know what we talked about was the gamers, the Boston Robs, the West, the Bob's the drag queen. Like, Tom Sandoval singing was the only non-gamer thing I paid attention to.
I agree. It was like an okay reunion. I needed more chaos at the end to then like cause a fight for the reunion.
I needed a CT Trishelle takedown.
Hell yeah.
And I like that constantly with these reunions, we finally get that like, the gamers sit there and explain, like, it's not personal. Yeah. We would all slit, right? Everyone's like, Wes would slit our throats, and Boston Rob goes, I would too, dude. Like, it's fucking, you think I'm this fun dad? No.
He's like, I am in real life, but this is a game.
None of you mean anything to me. I like that Brittany was like, dude, we didn't even hang out, and you're fucking pissed that I voted you off again. Like, I'm sorry I did
that. Okay, because I couldn't remember what Danielle was mad about, like, in the Big Brother sphere. Like, they just showed up and said, like, they had beef, and I was like, okay, yeah. Then I've seen on TikTok, it was about the stupid reindeer games, which I did watch that, and I don't even remember it. Like,
she said something like,
such a nothing show.
Yeah. Reindeer games.
It was like a $250,000 prize.
They weren't on the same original, right?
No.
Because Brittany was a bitch on her
They
original.
literally filmed that thing in like 5 days.
Yeah, that was when Josh Martinez showed up. Yeah, it was fucking stupid.
It was so stupid. My sister and I watched it because like we were just hankering for something Big Brother. So like it was like 7 days all in a row and like whatever. But it wasn't that deep. And I love that Brittany was like, I had maybe spent 3 collective hours with you going into that game show. So me screwing you over. Also, which was just throwing her into like a game to play. It's not like she like just got to like be like, you're out of the game.
Yeah.
She put her in to play a game.
And like, dude, to save Brittany's ass, she's got to do something.
She was closer to other people, and so was Danielle. They had better alliances with other people, but it was just like I think the girls were like, hey, like, let's not just like hardcore go after each other.
Yeah, but hilarious. Also, Chrishell, God, do I hate Chrishell. Nikki, I want you to fight me in the ring because of what I've done to you. I hate. She's always a constant fucking victim. And then she's like, I deserve so much hate. You made a decision. Stand on your ground, dude.
It's a game.
So over
you guys are
Chrishell.
fine because Nikki has come out and said like you supported her through her divorce. Like you guys have no beef.
I'm so fucking over fucking Chrishell. I liked that Gabby was like, I voted for you and I'm sorry. And we just left it at that. Chrishell's like, I deserve to be smashed.
Punish me.
Oh my God. Cut me up in a million pieces and hide my body. Shut the fuck up, Chrishell. God. There's someone I never want to see on my TV. I would rather see Tom Sandoval than Chrishell again.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yuck. But I think that's it, right? That was the Traitors?
Yeah, I don't
Done.
Yeah.
How to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
What are you doing? Should we keep going and talk about Southern hospitality really quick?
Yeah, can we? Because Emmy's crash out will be my favorite thing of 2025 for a long time.
Girl.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up, Blake.
That reunion or that finale really was nothing. I think the prom bit was fun. Yeah. I like that being a final party for them.
It was fine. I don't understand why we always have to throw Will parties, but I think like
that. Why
Emmy
did Emmy need to do this?
Emmy is just so willing to. Here's my issue with Will and Emmy. I get it. You don't want people in your relationship. However, people are in your relationship. Yeah. Just explain it to everyone. Why is it like a big, like we have to hide the truth even though the truth is nothing?
I don't care if it's even a lie, but like spin me a lie then. Like say something.
My God,
I saw a comment that said, it's so embarrassing Will's going to be a lawyer because he can't even defend himself. But like, you guys say nothing and you running away, it doesn't matter if it's true or false. You running away makes you so weak and so guilty.
Yeah, and I stand by everyone. You not telling me that you fixed this thing that we publicly brought up to you. How am I supposed to know we moved on?
Yeah.
I just think everything's hunky-dory. That's great.
Because TJ said this at the reunion. Like, I thought you would come to me and tell me this big of a problem is also happening because I feel like I'm sitting over here keeping something from you. And it's like eating me alive because I don't want to do something. But then when I find out he's doing it more, now I feel like our friendship requires me to speak up.
Yeah.
And you're like, shut up. It's already been done and over with. Whoa. What?
But what happened? Yeah, because I'm here now. I heard it. Oh my God. Okay, well, the prom was very fancy. What?
Emmy crushing out over there not being sushi was my first sign that she was just going to be so unwell.
Oh my God. She's like insufferable, this woman. But
yes.
My favorite was seeing the parallel of like Will on his laptop and Emmy trying to get her shoes on, and then the rest of the cast like on the party bus.
Oh
and I was like, this tells me you are so isolated in your relationship.
Yeah.
Like, and if that's how you want to be, okay, you're adults, but that's not healthy. Like
you're so codependent, but not even like there's no benefit. Like I have been in like codependent friendships where like you do everything together and it's like, but it's fun. It's kind of fun codependency. You guys are not fun.
It's like hard to watch.
I feel bad because she's just constantly standing there waiting for her to like give her any sort of attention.
Oh my God. He was like, I got to do this homework. And she just sat there.
She's
and
like,
I was like,
okay. Not even that peppy, actually. She's like, okay.
It's so hard to watch. And I don't know who's like crazier or in the wrong. I think they just need to break up. Like, I think mentally the healthiest thing for them is to break up.
I agree because, and this is where I think the guys being like, we're just concerned about Emmy is so true because even if the cheating didn't happen, we are so concerned about you.
Well, she's so into him. She's willing to literally fight with all her friends in defense of him. She could easily this whole season have just been like, look, like, I don't want to discuss my relationship without Will. I think Will should be here. If you have a problem, please bring it up to him. But like, I think it's inappropriate for us to discuss it while he's not here.
But instead she'd be like, how dare you bring him up? And it's like, Emmy, we're worried about you. We want to talk about you. And she'd be like, she'd always make it about Will.
Yeah, be like, I understand that. I appreciate it. I don't know.
I'm okay.
I'm okay. If we want to discuss the relationship with Will, we should do it with collectively. And done. What? It was always just like a big, she stormed off, mascara ran down her face, she had a panic attack, she did the thing where you cry so hard you can't breathe. Like, it was constant.
That at the reunion, I was like,
I was looking for Will. Breathe. And Michael's just like,
breathe. My God. And they're like, she's like, nobody should have to deal with this. And I sat there and racked my brain and I was like, listen, you are not the first. You will not be the last. And people have had harder shit to deal with because, like, not saying Tom Sandoval is a good person, but Tom has sat there and owned his behavior, or not owned his behavior, but sat there at the reunion and had everything said to him during the Miami girl shit. And he literally had that girl show up. He sat at the reunion with Raquel after he cheated on his girlfriend of 10 years. Like,
had to tell his 10-year ex-girlfriend that he loved Raquel after one swimsuit.
Cried a little, but like, he's not sitting there having like a panic attack over. I mean, he did cry into a window with Lisa, but like, He's breathing.
But the reunion is, you don't have time to like plan what's really going to happen to you at the reunion. You could plan the scene with Lisa a little better and like cry.
Yeah.
But you take it. My other thing is, even if none of the cheating, bad stuff, whatever happened, Will being at law school, that is a lot. Will is busy. He cannot give Emmy the attention that she requires, I think. And so I think it's fine for then TJ and Bradley to be like, we're worried about you because you are not a low maintenance girlfriend. Like, you require
and that's
energy,
not a bad thing.
And that's fine. But Will cannot give that to you. Are you okay?
And it's like, listen, he's busy, but even when he has time, he's not giving you anything.
And like, for someone like, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm low maintenance, but I think I'm hyper independent in a way that if I'm dating Will and he's like, I have to do homework, I'm like, great, I'll do something else. Emmy is not independent either. So it's like, what does she do?
She's constantly waiting in the wings for him to like.
For Will. And Will, I'm not blaming Will for that, but then it's okay for us to be concerned about you.
Yeah.
But her then not receiving the concern, fine. But the way she pushes it back at people, that makes me not want to be her friend. Like, if I was TJ and Bradley, I'd be like, then sit in the wings with him. Then be ignored by him.
Which I think is what they're doing now. They're like, fuck you. Like, you
get
can
cheated on.
If this is what you want, you can have it. But I'm not going to be sitting here.
Of course.
When you break up, I will be there for you. But I'm not going to be through this shitty-ass relationship with you anymore.
No, absolutely not. Which I think was
Chef's kiss.
And Will's also a shitty person because what he did for Maddie. Or to Maddie.
Okay. The way Emmy tried to spin that on that reunion stage, like, we were being nice, we were coming out with the truth. And it's like, no. You were throwing a grenade into this as a distraction tactic. How gross to manipulate your friend and to ruin her day-night life for your benefit. No, that's not you being honest.
Just because you'll have some redemption, what Will said in the kitchen.
It's not redemption.
I love how they said Will's hot mic.
Yeah.
And it was like Will being like, I think this is going to redeem us a little.
I find it grosser that you're sitting there, not planning it, because I understand. I understand that you're talking to producers about what you're going to do. Bring it to the cameras, please. Like, you do have a job to do. I don't find that gross. I hate when people hold that against people who are on reality TV. Entertain me. I don't like that you filmed that ending, sat on it for months, and now drop it the night before the reunion, and you don't show up to the reunion. You sit behind the scenes and let that play out.
It wasn't brought to her. Like, if Will was like, hey, I have this information, I'm going to bring it up at the reunion or whatever so that we can talk about it. Because, like, it
needs to be a group discussion. Yeah.
Yeah, fine. But he's sitting there, he's like, and this will be great for me. And it's like, that's shitty because you're using Maddie's emotions on her ex-boyfriend. I do have to say, though, as much as I hate men, I think Bradley was really great at owning up to it. I don't love that he sat on it, but he was like, this is what happened. I'm so sorry. I like that he said Joe had nothing to do with this.
Agree.
I told Emmy, we all sat on it. That is my fault. That is my bad.
Well, Emmy and Will were trying to make it seem like he brought this on the show and like had this whole master manipulation plan from the beginning. And it's like, that isn't what happened. I believe that this girl came up to Bradley and told a lie.
Friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think she told a lie because she knew then she would be on TV, which is like, fine, whatever.
That happens.
And then like, once you find out and you aren't good friends with Maddie, I would also keep it going till the end of the season. I would probably tell her after the season.
Bradley not only wasn't friends with Maddie, he hated Maddie. Because Maddie said something about him cheating on his girlfriend.
Dick sucked in the alley.
Sucked in the alley. I wish we had footage, you know? But, so Bradley heard this, was not going to look into it because he's like, fuck Maddie.
Oh, I would not look into it.
Immediately tells everyone. Then he's like, fuck. But he's like, you know what? I get it. She already broke up with Trevor. She's moved out. We're fine. We're all in a better place.
It was for the best, you know?
I get it. But I like that it's brought up and he has to sit there and be like, you know
what? I did hate you.
Fucked up, dude. I fucked up. I wasn't mad at Bradley. I feel really bad for Maddie. Again, I'm more mad that Will and Emmy did this to be like, we're not bad people. And it's like,
that's what it is. He's like, see, like, people make up lies about cheating rumors. And it's like, hey, these stories are not lean. Because it's not like Bradley brought up and made all this stuff up and like told everybody. It's not the same playbook. So
plus he said, I have zero proof. This is just what I heard.
Yeah.
Right? And Maddie looked into it, and Trevor was still
There
shitty.
was sketchy things around it that made Maddie believe in it.
Trevor was
Trevor
taxi
was
cab
texting
driver.
that girl.
Come on. Trevor
did hang out with that girl his friend just made out
now,
with her.
if someone was like, Joe Bradley's cheating on Maddie, I'd be like, no, he's not, because he's already punching.
Because he's literally licking the ground as she walks.
He's enamored. He blocked his mom. He can't text other girls, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So like that. But I will say, Emmy's crash out so dumb when she bends over and cries her black mascara into her white dress. And I went, no.
Not another white dress. She's like mascara streaks down her face.
There was a picture, and I'm going to post it on our TikTok and Instagram. But it's this picture of Emmy fully crashed out. Michaels is trying to like comfort her. Lake is like, what the fuck? Grace Lily's hiding her face because she's laughing. And Nina is rolling. That's her name? Mia.
No.
Mia is rolling her eyes. And someone goes, put this in the clubhouse or the Louvre. And I was like,
yes.
Yeah, 100%.
And her saying
just to make it better, the caption says coughs. Like on the TV, coughs. Just coughs.
Her saying to TJ, like, I'm happy, clearly you're not. Okay, like, you are trying so hard to
roll the tape.
Us and yourself that you are okay with what your relationship is doing. Again, whether he cheated or not. Truly, like, let's take out all the cheating. Let's say he didn't cheat. Your relationship is so fucked no matter what.
Dude, your relationship sucks. I will say, though, TJ does give me vibes of he's a little miserable, so he wants everyone to be a little miserable.
Agreed.
That being said, he does bring the most drama, so please keep him being miserable on my TV screen.
I know, I just need him to, like, not scream about everything. Like, maybe tone it down, like, 20%.
I would love TJ. I think therapy would be really healing for him. Because I do think there's a lot of, like, hatred, whether it be other people have something he can never have, and like a sense of like an open relationship in some place like Charleston, whether it be that he wishes he was different or was in a different situation, whatever it is, I don't know, but he's giving like he hates something about himself.
That, like, when he yelled at Grace Lily just for being loud, it's like, okay, so are you mad that, like, people aren't paying you attention?
Yes.
Because she comes in and just owns a room?
But weirdly, I can't hate TJ because I
feel
get
bad.
it.
Yeah.
I get it in a sense. Like,
I agree. Therapy would do him well. I don't think
he loves himself, and I want him to so badly. But the problem is it's not that he doesn't love himself because, like, of, like, like his own personal stuff. It's, like, his surroundings, right?
It's her,
like, he lives in Charleston. He can't be openly gay. Like, he gets queer baited by these straight men. Like, I too would hate myself if that was happening to me constantly.
He's going through some traumatic things.
Yeah, and I think he's handling it wrong.
Agreed. Yeah, I think 50% of his responses are accurate, though. Like, go off.
And I want him to keep being messy, but with a love for himself.
That's it. I don't want him to take the low-hanging fruit of just yelling at someone just to yell at them. Like, go off on all the Will and Emmy shit. Although, at the end of finale, I was like, you are screaming about a lot of things right now. Are you okay?
He said, I hope he did fuck that girl in the bathroom, I went, woo! Tell her.
Like 3 times. He needed to walk away a minute early because I was like, you're crashing out now. I'm worried about you now,
That's
TJ.
It. Yeah, but I think he hit something. I don't know, but I want him to be loved.
I know.
Watching him cry about the Joe Bradley stuff, I get that. Michael's got it. Andy got it. I could see where that is heartbreaking. You're in love with someone and they just like, you think, and then they're like, actually, I'm straight and don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not a secret, dude. Like, I'm going to tell my experience. I think Joe Bradley, politician of the century, he's like, it's really unfortunate what's happening in Charleston, and I understand that. And I was like, no, you got...
Oh my God.
He didn't take accountability, but he did. It was the craziest thing.
It's not, he wasn't doing the exact same thing as like what other people have done to TJ, but it brings up similar emotions and it's harder because they're friends. So then you kind of can't talk about it because then you're like kind of slandering your friend.
And because TJ loved him in a sense. Yeah.
So it's like really hard because it's very nuanced since this is something TJ has experienced. It's not the exact same situation, but brings up similar emotions. And then you like, he should be allowed to say his story and his feelings and his emotions, but when he does, it then like hurts Joe,
It's
which
hard.
is not
Yeah.
okay, but like you need to also be able to talk about things. I think his wronging was just saying Joe was gay to a lot of people. That was where he really crossed the line.
But I like that Maddie can kind of also have that, like she was
my
comforting
God.
TJ, but she was really good at sticking up for Joe at the same time.
That's what it is, because like Joe doesn't need comforting over this. Like this
No.
isn't like a very triggering thing. So it's like, hey, like let's all make it clear Joe is not gay, but let me hold TJ because this is a rough thing.
I don't think Joe feels sorry for the way he feels in the situation, which is fine. But I think he sees that I think he kind of sees in TJ what we see, where he hates something about himself in his life, and we don't want that. Yeah. We want him to be okay. I will say though, Michael's star rookie of the season.
The other rookies had that back row, those 2 seats, and I was like, hell yeah, Michael's is second chair.
And Lake was right there.
Oh,
Lake
yeah.
was so
Keep
good.
Keep those.
She goes, if I was Shawty, I'd be mad. And
I want more of, I really enjoyed Molly too, but she didn't like, she wasn't a, the star of the show the way Lake and Michaels were, but I want her to be
I liked her. Her yelling at Grace Lily. Well, not even yelling, because she was like, you're just crazy. That was so funny. Grace Lily is off her rocker. I 100% side with Joe when he's like, yeah, I'm going to trust the person who saw Bob Marley and God on ayahuasca. Like, that checks out so hard. When Grace Lily was like, Molly, you look nice. And she goes, I know. And
I was like, yep. And then she was like, you're so rude.
That's not how I
That's
could be
not
meaner.
rude. That's not rude. You said I looked good. I said, yeah.
I know. And then she was like, what's your issue? And Molly was like, you're a bad fucking friend to Eva. And then Grace Lily does her hand thing, her wavy baby. And Molly's like, the fuck are you doing?
Okay, I did not know Grace, because we started this in January. We started season 1 over the holidays.
Yeah.
I didn't know for the longest time throughout season 3 that Grace had a song called Wavy Baby. I missed that. Yeah, that's why she says that.
Wavy baby. That was so funny when she's waving away.
And they put the sparkles in between. I was like, fuck yeah.
I too, if I was Molly, would go, what the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing?
And she's like, I don't want your bad energy. And Molly's like, can I go then? You called me over here.
Grace Lily.
It was so good.
I could not be friends with her, but
Same.
she is like one of those people that you've just been friends with your whole life. So you just kind of accept a bad friend.
I think she's kind of like a Sheena to you, where like you hate her, but you kind of love her on your TV screen a little bit.
I laugh at it more than I laugh at Sheena, but yeah, I think their friendship, well, to be honest, I think Sheena would be a better friend.
This depends.
I think when Grace
Lily's when like Grace equal opportunity bad friend.
Yeah, but when Grace wants to be like a good friend, when she is a good friend, when she chooses to be a good friend, so she's so inconsistent. Yeah, Sheena just wants to be a friend to all. Grace is not a friend to all.
No, she's a friend when it
Grace
benefits her.
Grace is just a little lazy in being a friend.
When she showed up late to Maddie's set, and Joe's like, "Where the fuck have you been?" And Grace
she's like,
"I didn't know.
Now. I didn't know that there was a time to show up." I'm like, you show up. You can maybe be a song or two late.
I'm here now. I was like, Austin, why didn't you drag her by her hair out of here? It's not Austin's responsibility.
I think it's not like she slept through it. Like that, you can be like, oh, it happened. She was like eating breakfast.
But that was my thing. Everyone's like, Austin, where is she? And he's like, I don't know. I would have been like, she's literally running so behind. I would have outed her. I would have been like, she's crazy.
Because even if she didn't sing a song, like you were just being a bad friend.
I love everyone going after Grace being a bad friend. And she's like, I'm not a bad friend, but Molly sucked O'Sheen's dick. Also, what's O'Sheen the milk guy doing here? Get him away from me. Get him away from me. When
she walked in with him at that
not
prom,
the milkman.
I was like,
the milkman.
Diabolical. But I love it. This is what I love.
The milkman.
I hate you, but I love you.
And then the friend Eva is there, and I was like, not us fighting over the milkman.
Wait, so true. But I am actually really mad because Eva works at Republic. Why is she not being brought in? I would have loved. That's why Grace doesn't work there anymore, because there were so many problems over the milkman that like one of them had to leave, and I think Grace is like the least available or probably does the least, so Leva was like, all right, you gotta go.
Milk. I literally was like, Grace Lily, not this milkman.
This could have been half the story this season.
And then it was like Maddie sucked O'Sheen's dick, and then Grace stood 10 toes behind that at the reunion. And I don't even care if it's true. I don't get.
I love Joe being like la 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 la.
I'm more in it now of like, let's just argue. Like, Grace is like, I'm your best friend, Maddie, but you did suck, Oshi.
But I back this.
It's giving TJ going, Joe Bradley, I'm your best friend, but you did hook up with Leva.
Yes,
That's what it's giving.
You're so right.
It's giving like you're not really a great friend.
But like, Maddie will not hold this against Grace Lilly because that's Grace Lilly.
That's the best part about being Grace Lilly is that's just who she is. She's not a good friend. Don't be friends with her.
You know what?
I love too, as Grace Lilly is talking about everything she's like accomplished, Molly is cracking up in her hands. She is like, don't look at me, I hate her.
Grace is like, I am a singer and I'm doing
a
acting
magician.
class.
I plant corn in my free time. I like to shit in the woods.
You know,
on my ayahuasca
I'm booked
trips.
and busy, and it's like, so mommy and daddy are just paying for your lifestyle.
Professional hula hooper who makes $0.
That's not true. She made that $1 when she did it that one time.
I model. Sometimes I do cameos, and Molly's just like, no. Like, stop.
Molly has like a full-time job and works at Republic, and is like, yeah, you work hard, babe.
Molly's like, I hate you. Wavy baby, I hate you. I'm going to listen to Grace Lilly's song after this. I didn't know. It's like Sheena. She literally is just the Southern version of Sheena.
I agree.
She's out here being a bad friend.
She's more entertaining than Sheena
She's
to me.
more entertaining, but a worse friend.
Absolutely.
I would trust Sheena more, but I would rather watch Grace Lilly on the sidelines live.
I just think I could laugh off Grace's bad friendship moments than Sheena's.
Maybe. But I would trust Sheena more if I had a problem.
Agreed. Oh my God, if I have a problem, Sheena will show up. I'm just more disappointed because...
You expect more.
Yes.
Grace Lilly's telling you who she is.
I expect nothing.
Grace Lilly's telling you who she is.
If there's one thing we learned from this episode, it's let's be honest about ourselves.
Grace Lilly could be dumber, probably.
Like I could be meaner and she could be dumber.
She's so good though. Her waving away Molly. Anyway, that was it. It was a great week of TV.
Agreed.
What do I do now?
We're going to do it all over again.
What are we watching now?
Can I say this one thing? Because I put this on, we are going to watch this, and...
I know, and I'm not watching any of those.
I will watch this for the people, but it's so bad, is Denise Richards' show.
I'm not watching it.
It is, I watched it laying in my bed at Mardi Gras, on Mardi Gras Day, because it was 10 p.m.
I'm going to our Instagram right now, but I could do that.
So it was not good. I'm so confused how they got a show. Well, I guess Denise got it for them, but I kind of don't want you to watch it because I think it'll be a one-season wonder.
Oh, I won't watch it then. Yeah, because you said, okay, we're watching Summer House. We will watch The Valley. We will. I haven't watched White Lotus yet.
You have to. We have to do a deep dive episode on it at the end.
Fine, I'll watch White Lotus.
I just think you'll love it because it's based on...
No, I love White Lotus. I love it. I just haven't been in the mood.
That's okay. That's okay. It's usually like 6-7 episodes, so you've got like 3 weeks.
Handmaid's Tale, probably. I would like to add, I'm watching that Balin show, Balin Out Loud on Max. It is, Meredith, you gotta watch it. It is so funny. I understand people staring at you in public.
Yeah.
My brother with autism, he is like little, we call it his flapping. He flaps all the time. People have stared at it. It's not as as out loud as Tourette's, and I understand that. So I don't understand what Balin and her family go through. But you have to just laugh about it.
And they do.
They do, but like the outside world doesn't. But Balin wouldn't be offended if you did, is like what I'm trying to tell people. Is like, I'd rather you laugh about it and be like, that was hilarious, than like judge. But Balin's tics are so funny, Meredith. She has this one.
No, I see her on TikTok.
She's riding a bike and she just goes, for Narnia! And her dad was like, because she's learning to ride a bike because she couldn't with her tics before. Yeah. So she's in her pants. Her dad is on the driveway with her, like jogging next to her, and she's riding unsteadily, and she takes one hand off the handlebars and goes, for Narnia! And her dad is like, put the hand down. And she's like, she keeps doing it, and he's like, you gotta stop that tic. And she's like, I can't. But I learned a lot about Tourette's, that it's not like involuntary almost. It feels like if you don't do it, you're gonna itch through your skin.
I had a speaker in high school who came in and had Tourette's and kind of spoke about it. And it was like very eye-opening, because I did too. I just thought
Like,
it was like a sneeze a little bit. We're like,
you're
you
just gonna,
there's not much you can do sometimes when you sneeze.
Yeah, you just got to do it.
But it's kind of like a yawn where like you can hold it in, but you're going to still have to do it. Like,
and it feels weird and you're going to make, Yeah, so she also has OCD, which is like crazy.
That would
so she
be
has
wild.
to do the tick 3
a certain amount of times.
Her thing is 3, but it's so funny when she does like a funny tick and everyone's laughing and she's like, I have to do it 2 more times, and she does it and everyone's in tears. She is so funny. She cracks me up, but it's also so educational. Her boyfriend is lovely. Her family,
they're engaged now, I think.
Everyone's really giving shit to her family a little bit for being really protective over her. But
on the internet?
Yeah, because they're not happy that he wants to propose because it's been like 2 years. And he really rightfully so doesn't understand living with someone with Tourette's. Like, Balin can't use the kitchen without burning something, or like if she has a tick to touch the fire, like she just had, and it's like they have to be so protective, and it's like, is he ready to do that?
Oh, wow.
It's only
been
about
2 that.
Yeah, you see her like in the kitchen and her dad is like fully grabbing her.
Yeah.
Or like she can't even grocery shop because she sees something squishy, she has to hit it.
Yeah.
And her mom is like trying to, so it's a lot. It is.
Because like she is so humorous and a lot of her ticks are humorous, it's like it's funny, and it's like, well, there's not funny moments about this. Like, yeah, this is a life. This is 24/7, 365. Like, there are versions of it.
It's funny watching her dad go, put your hand on the handlebar, but realistically, if she's biking in DC by herself and she does for Narnia and crashes, like, that's serious. So you do have to look at it that way. And I get her siblings too being like,
at a certain point, you are also a caretaker. It's not just like the funny and the TikToks and the show.
You don't know as much. And I'm glad they are living together, so something is fine. But I think we all need to give the family grace. Anyway, everyone watch Balin out loud. I'm going to make Meredith watch it because we're going to talk about it. It is so good. It's so good for Narnia. Anyway. Great. Do all the things I mentioned at the beginning of the episode. This was fun. A fun Saturday.
Agreed. Thanks for joining. Bye.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on chumbacasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at chumbacasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's chumbacasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.